Support for Radio Friends comes from Rose Heart Hypnotherapy, serving Central Missouri since 2007. They specialize in pain management, pre- and post-medical procedures, fears, phobias, and increasing performance and success in every area of life. Athletes needing sports hypnosis to improve their ability will be pleased to know that Rose Heart Hypnotherapy specializes in neurofeedback and is the only certified OptiBrain train and golf practitioner in Missouri. Call Rose Heart Hypnotherapy at 888-604-9997 or visit mohyp.com and experience true success. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, February the 16th. We're going to talk about something that really interesting. It's called Cradle to Career Alliance, and I want to introduce you to CRYSTAL KRONER. Welcome to Radio Friends, CRYSTAL KRONER.
Well, hello, Paul.
I like that name.
Oh, thank you. Me too.
What is the Cradle to Career Alliance?
So the Cradle to Career Alliance is an educational nonprofit, and it's a partnership between some community leaders and our 6 school districts in Boone County.
And is it, as the title implies, you're taking kids from the cradle all the way through their launching their career?
That's our goal. Absolutely. So really what we've done is we use local educational data, and we've selected 6 education milestones, all the way from kindergarten-readiness.
That's the cradle.
Yep, because we know it doesn't start in kindergarten. It starts before then. All the way up through college, career, enrollment, and completion. And so each of these milestones each year, we look at the data, and then we pull out where there may be gaps, and then form action teams from local community members to kind of work together to figure out what kind of solutions we can really tailor for our community.
Now, this sounds really involved and somewhat complicated. So how did it actually come about? How did it actually start working?
So it must have been about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a bit longer. The superintendent for Columbia Public Schools and some other community leaders got together because they were noticing that there were some achievement gap, really some problems going on within Columbia Public Schools. And they had learned about a national partnership called Strive Together. And there's about 70 communities around the nation that are doing this type of work, and decided that they would kind of form an alliance to see what they could do as local community leaders to deal with the education gap.
How did you get involved?
So I've just started with the alliance in July and really just kind of hit the ground running. The work prior to my coming on board really had been doing a lot of research around best practices so that we could kind of get a good idea about directions we might want to take as a community to solve some of our issues.
Mm-hmm. Do you work directly with the kids themselves?
I do not.
But this organization does.
Well, so we're not a service provider, so we aren't in the schools doing the work. What we're actually doing is, so say for example, last year we had a baseline report. So we just put out our community baseline report in October.
Okay.
It pulled out some of our larger education gap areas in the community.
Okay, what are they? What are some of the gaps?
So the highest gap, and we were really only able to show consistent results for Columbia Public Schools, but we're really going to work hard to bring in all of our districts next year.
In the area?
Yes.
The area. Okay, so you're dealing with Columbia Public Schools right now.
Just now, and especially on the academic achievement side. They have a Boone County Mental Health Coalition that has been working across all of the districts in a partnership to kind of do the social emotional assessments.
Which is almost as important, don't you think?
It's absolutely essential. All of these pieces kind of pulled together around a whole child and a whole family, and really understanding there are so many factors involved in children's educational success that happen way before they're getting into school buildings or outside of the school building.
So you mentioned the gap. What is the biggest gap that you see?
So for Columbia Public Schools this last year, our largest gap appeared in 6th grade. It was both for English language arts and math. And so there was about a 50% gap between African American students and white students, and 47% gap by income.
So then how are you trying to rectify this? How can it be rectified?
Well, what we do know from just the research and from experience is that these kinds of gaps don't just happen all of a sudden in sixth grade.
No, it's gradual.
That it does. It accumulates over time, and that the way that we wanted to focus on it was by, not that we would want to ignore what's going on in sixth grade, but we wanted to kind of keep pushing forward on preventative thinking.
So that starts a lot earlier.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we could go all the way back
To the cradle.
to the cradle.
To the cradle.
And we will.
But wait, how do you gain access to this now before the kids are actually in school?
You know, you need to get onto our Collaborative Action Network team and help us answer that question. That's what we're working with right now. You come on with us.
Because that's got to be difficult.
It is.
It's got to be difficult to get access before the kids are actually in school. Then you're starting to get really personal with the parents or the relatives to get information. And I'm wondering how cooperative people will be.
Well, my hope is that if there is trust and respect through the work that you're doing, that you're not trying to put some sort of one-size-fits-all kind of approach without actually meeting with the families and understanding the situation. Any work that we plan on doing in the future is going to involve family interviews, where we will be actually visiting with families to figure out what's going on.
And in order to make that work, you have to gain the trust of the family.
Yes. And so that's really a process of the mission that you hold and how authentic I think you are with the work that you're trying to do. And again, bringing in the right partners that have established some strong trust with the community as well.
Yeah. And you have to have people who are truly dedicated to trying to improve the lot of our fellow man. Someone that can be trusted, someone who has a passion to really want to try to help people. I see that in you. When I look at you, I see that in you. But it's a special type of person that you're going to have to try to recruit. If people want more information in this, if they want to help out, or they just want to find out more about what you're doing, where do they go?
So I would say the easiest way to find out more about us would be to visit our website, cradletocareeralliance.org.
Okay.
So we've got quite a bit of information there and ways that you can reach out, and it'll be me that's receiving the email. So
cradletocareeralliance.org.
Yes.
That's the website.
That's our website, and there's a space there that kind of gives some contact information and some ways that you can reach out and express your interests. And believe me, everyone's welcome. So.
Okay. And the more people talk about this, the more it's known in the community, the higher trust level is going to be there.
Absolutely.
All right. Crystal Kroner. Sounds like a radio name or a television name.
You know what? Here I am.
All right, Crystal Kroner, thank you so much for coming by. Cradle to Career Alliance, you need to come back again and bring us up to date on how things are going.
I would love to.
All right, thank you so much. And just check it out on their website. Drop me an email, pepperpmissouri.edu. Bye-bye.